Guys, how's it going? Happy 2018 Lemax Spooky Town release week to you. And if your Michaels doesn't have Spooky Town out yet, it should be out very, very soon. So to start it off, you guys chose this. I put up an informal poll last week. Here is the Symphony of Screams. Now before we get into any of the details, I just gotta say, this piece is massive, and it reminds me of like old school Lemax in a great way. Building is heavy, features a bunch of animation, killer lights. It's, I can't wait to talk about it here, so let's just get right into it. So the Symphony of Screams is a Hellish Orchestra Pit. And it's also like an amphitheater. Now it's funny that it's a symphony, given the stage decoration here, which looks like it'd be a heavy metal concert. This bat up here, it reminds me of like, seeing Avenged Sevenfold or something. And all the flames adorning the stage remind me of one of my favorite concerts. I got to see Black Sabbath, the original lineup, in like 98, I want to say. And it looked like I was going to a funeral. And it just looked awesome with all the pyres they had on stage. And that's what this reminds me of in a great way. I love it. But alas, this is not a heavy metal band. It is a symphony. And check it out here. You can see the conductor here as he moves side to side. You can see the person on the drums here. He is moving side to side as well. And you actually have the instrument section back here, which is swaying back and forth. Now you can hear whenever I play the sound at the end here, it does sort of sync up the way the beat is. It's not directly on sync, but it gives a good vibe that they're moving with the music. Now the lighting on this piece is amazing. This is, again, I mentioned, this is like old school Lemax. There is so much going on here. And I think that the most pronounced thing is the way that the lights bounce off the back of the amphitheater here. It gives the appearance that the whole back of the stage is lit. And even though there are just a couple lights that are shooting it up, it looks amazing. And of course you have, as I mentioned, the flame pyres all over the place here. Those are everywhere, and you even have these creepy eyes on the side, which add to the vibe. They fade in and out. Even the adornments here on the stage, I love like the ball and chains that are around it. You can see here actually on the back of the piece, that theming goes around to the whole back of it. I know a lot of times backs of the piece aren't really that important, but this has detail all the way around it. It's just, it's killer. As far as theming goes, I know with talking to some friends that are into this, we've all wondered, well, what do you theme this with? Because there's really, it's sort of like Monsters Ball, and that there's nothing really that goes with it. But I think this would actually fit into a village better than Monsters Ball did, because you could actually use this as like your amphitheater. I think this actually works much better though for most displays to fit in, because many parks have amphitheaters, right? And that's really what this reminds me of. It's like the smaller amphitheater where you would see either a symphony or a smaller band or production play, something like that. I think this would work fantastic for that. And it's gigantic, don't get me wrong, but I think that would work well, to be like a an outdoor theater, because those are large. I also didn't mention the spikes here above the stage, which are glowing as well. Another, a cool feature here. And of course, I also should mention the sign, the Symphony of Screams sign that adorns the stage, and then you got the bones across it. It is just fantastic. And of course here, I keep talking about the lighting, but I give this a 3 out of 3 again. This is old school Lemax. This is a massive piece. This is a showpiece. If you want to show people, what the mini villaging hobby is, you want to show them a cool building that does a lot of things, that's what this one is. I can give this a hearty recommendation. Again, if you can fit it into your theming and you have the room, because you are going to need the room in your village space, this piece is massive. It's a heck of an addition. And sort of like Monsters Ball, if you don't have a village display but you just want like a cool piece just to kind of show off, just its own decoration, this will work great for that. It doesn't need anything else around it. Alright guys, here it is with the lights and sound. Before I go, the next review I'm going to be doing, we're going to have a drink at the Wasteland Pub.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Symphony of Screams. Are you ready?